Hello, my name's Sarah and I work at Hobbycraft Bournemouth. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways to use felt. We are going to be making a fortune cookie, flower, garland, envelope and a hair accessories holder. The first thing we're going to make is a fortune cookie. For this you need a piece of felt, the needle and some embroidery thread, the toy stuffing and the scissors. I've already drawn on my circles and then just cut round with the nice sharp scissors. And then you need some embroidery thread. You just need to split this into 2 or 3 strands just to make it easier to work with. Take the 2 ends of the thread and thread this through your needle. This will leave a loop at the other end. Fold your circle in half, put the needle through both layers and then back through the loop that you've created. And then move on to the next. I'm going to do a blanket stitch around the edge. So my needle up and then back down through that loop, which just creates a nice line along the edge. So you need to carry on doing this all the way around, leaving about 1 centimetre or so at the other end so we can put our toy filling in. Now we're going to get some toy filling and just start feeding this into the fortune cookie. When you've got enough filling in there, just carry on stitching round to close off the cookie. For the last stitch, just double over yourself a couple of times and then sew the thread into the middle of the cookie to lose your end. And then you can just cut off that excess thread. So I have an embroidery thread in as close to the colour that I could find. Secure your thread with a couple of back stitches somewhere near the middle on the back. Just going through the back layer of the felt, and this will just secure the fortune cookie into the shape. And then pull as tight as you can, and then fasten off in the same way as before. And there is a fortune cookie. Next we're going to go on to a flower. So we need another sheet of felt, a chenille stem, the sharp scissors, and for this one we also need a glue gun. Please remember to take care when using your glue gun as it gets extremely hot and may burn surfaces and or skin. We're going to take our felt and cut a rectangle. Again, not too big, probably just less than 1/4 of one of these sheets. And then holding it landscape, you're just going to fold a diagonal slightly over so you've got an overlapping piece here. We need to apply a small bit of glue to the right hand corner and then place the chenille stem gently in it. Next, add a line of hot glue all along the bottom edge of the felt. Then start to gently roll up your felt, and the hot glue should just catch itself on the felt and keep it in place. And then when you get to the end, just add a small bit of glue to keep that last bit in place. Once it's dry, you can start manoeuvring your flower and opening it out slightly more. And there is the finished rose. Next we're going to make a garland. So we need the glue gun again for this one, some ribbons, the squares of felt and the scissors. So you need to pick a few different colours of felt. You then cut the length of your ribbon, how long you want your garland to be, and place this out in front of you. So take your sheet of felt and cut your shape. You can then use this shape to mirror the same in all the other colours. I'm just going to apply a small amount of glue along the top of each. So that's our basic garland. You can then start thinking about what you want to add on top of each one. To have things like buttons, extra felt or hand stitch bits. So this is my finished garland, and now we're going to go on to the hair accessory holder. For the hair accessory holder we need a sheet of felt, some coordinating ribbon, sharp scissors, embroidery thread and needle and also some toy filling. The first thing we need to do is cut the top section of our holder. So I'm going to fold my felt over and we need to cut 2 identical quite large hearts. Next we need to stitch round the edge of the first half of the heart. I'm then going to blanket stitch round my heart. So for my last stitch of this section, I'm going to do the regular stitch and just do an extra stitch over the top to secure your thread in place, and then you can just pull the thread inside the heart. Next we need to cut some ribbon to hang our heart. Cut a small length, fold over and place inside the top. We then need to cut some more thread and carry on around the rest of the heart, leaving a small hole at the bottom. This is to add the toy filling. Add small bits at a time. You've got a really nice full heart. At this stage you also need to think about the ribbon that's going to fall down the bottom to actually clip your hair slides onto. So think how long you want it and just cut it slightly longer. And then again, using a glue dot, just fix it inside so it won't move around while you're sewing around it. And then you just need to finish sewing around the base of your heart. And on your last stitch, just double back over to secure it in place. Just cut off the end of the thread and then you can start thinking about decorating the heart. One more thing, just at the end of the ribbon, I'm just going to fold it over and cut a V just to neaten off the bottom there. This is our finished heart hair accessory holder, and now we're going to go on to a felt envelope. For this you need a square of felt again and needle and thread. Just fold over the bottom to envelope size and then we're just going to cut the edges off at the top. So next I'm going to use a lighter purple and then I'm going to split this down to a 2 or 3 strand piece. Starting at the bottom corner of the envelope, bring the needle up through the felt and then back through the loop we've created. This is our first stitch. I'm going to blanket stitch along the edge just for a nice neat finish. So needle up and then back down through the loop. And continue with this all the way along to the top. For the last stitch, just double over and just thread your needle back down through a couple of the stitches and back out an outer corner. And then cut away your length of thread. So now that we've stitched up our second side, we've got our completed basic envelope. You can go on to add fastenings such as either a button, cut a small slit in the flap, stitch round to secure the felt and then add a button underneath. You can also add extra embellishments onto the front such as cut out felt shapes, buttons, beads, anything else you want to make it a bit more unique. So these are the 5 things we've made with felt today. An envelope, a heart hair accessory holder, we have our garland, we had a felt rose, and we also made a fortune cookie. For more information on any of the products I've used today, check out our website or visit us in store.